episodes. Not only do they have absolutely fantastic beer, sausage and dance routines, they also have some of the best game designers in the world. This time, we travel from the sea-battered cliffs of the north of the country to the west of the Rhine to Karlsruhe. And as it's the 22nd largest city in Germany, there is no doubt that game designers will be crawling out of the woodwork. I mean, imagine the dinner party you could have if you just invited people from Karlsruhe. You could be sitting down to a Schwäbische Spätzle with Mehmet Scholl, Peter Sloterdijk and the subject of today's video, the king of Schwaben game design, Stefan Feld. It's the easiest job in the world to find a plethora of great games by Stefan Feld. The tricky part was finding something not up to scratch, but a chaotic search through my mental Rolodex has dredged up something that I'm sure you'll disagree with. So, let's get on to... It is not the most original gambit to take a game and set it in ancient Rome, but Stefan Feld's take on the Pax Romana is one of the juiciest combinations of mechanisms you can find in a game. Essentially a series of mini-games, Trajan though is propelled by a wonderful Mancala mechanism that decides what part of the board you'll work on next. You can conquer foreign territories, build Rome itself or export luxuries. What you're really doing though is maximising your combos and turning the game into a points cascade. This is the most archetypal of Stefan Feld's designs, the one that encapsulates his view on game design more than any other. Everything, if you do it right, should yield points, and as a result should yield all of that wonderful serotonin. What is so magical about Trajan though is how he manages to tie all of these disparate parts together so seamlessly. If you haven't played this one, you should really give it a go. There are those of you out there that might think I'm being particularly harsh on this one, and it's true that finding a real Stefan Feld stinker is a hard job, but I really don't see the point of this one though. Castles of Burgundy is a simply fabulous game full of brilliant decisions and mechanisms that tie together beautifully. It's also very easy to get your head around. Roll some dice and place a tile. Nothing could be easier, which is why when I was playing Castles of Tuscany, I was constantly asking myself, why does this game exist? It strips Burgundy down to its bare bones and leaves you with a flaccid experience that has none of the brio and joy of the original game. There seems to be a consensus in game publishing that games have to be as simple as possible to attract new gamers, but when you're left with something as beige as Castles of Tuscany, I would suggest that a little complication can go a long way. A Stefan Feld game, set in ancient Rome. Well, you surprise me, sir. But let's be frank, you don't go to Stefan Feld games for the incredible theming. You go for those meticulously honed mechanisms, and in this, Carpe Diem absolutely delivers. This is the game Castles of Tuscany wishes it was, an incredibly simple game that delivers all the punches of incident and excitement you could need. I'm a great fan of games that deliver full experiences with the minimum amount of rules as possible. Carpe Diem delivers on this front. 3 editions and you still can't get the green tiles right though? Alea Games has published some of the best games in the industry, and although people complain about the simple production, most of the games that come out for them are really good, and most importantly, really good value for money. Having identical colours on the same pieces is unforgivable though, and still not sorting it after 3 editions. It doesn't make the game unplayable, but it does make you wonder what's going on in their art department. Still a great game though. These games might not be featuring in the latest issue of Tabletop Gaming, but there are oodles of brilliant reviews from some of the best writers on games in the UK, and features that bring the breadth of the tabletop world into your home. Go to tabletopgaming.co.uk to get a subscription and enjoy the world's best analogue gaming magazine. Now, after all of that talk about Karlsruhe, I'm absolutely hankering for some Filderkraut.
This video not brought to you by the German Filderkraut Association. Filderkraut, it fills the belly.